And welcome back to For Such a Time as This. I am your host, Pastor James Pittman. Ran across an article about Jeff Bezos, who is the founder of Amazon.com. Wow, how times have changed. There's a clip on the Tucker Carlson show I want to play and then comment on it.
So imagine you're a successful public figure. At the age of 55, you hit a severe midlife crisis, so severe that you suddenly decide to leave your wife and 4 kids for another woman. Then you get so carried away with your new mistress that you text her pictures of your genitals, and then those pictures wind up in the hands of a tabloid. Whoa, nightmare. What happens next? Do the media attack you as a pathetic old creep, maybe even a harasser? Do they Me Too you? Or do journalists instead rally to your defense? Well, that all depends on how rich you are. Luckily for him, Jeff Bezos is very rich, the richest man in the world, in fact. And when you're as rich as Jeff Bezos is, there is no such thing as bad press coverage. There is only slobbering. Bob Woodward sucked up first.
And he goes on to explain how the people in the media are just fawning over Jeff Bezos, because I guess now he's going after the organization that broke the story, and they're saying, oh, how wonderful and tough he is. Don't mess with the Bezos bear. Here's my question. Since when was it a good thing for a man to leave his family, his wife and his 4 daughters, for a younger woman? What happened to the women's lib movement that decried such things just a few years ago? A woman who was with him when he was poor, or when he just started, and helped build up his company, and now he has children, and now he's breaking up the family because of his lust. Since when has that been okay? But it is okay now. Seems as though it's okay. It's no longer shame, people. There's no longer any shame in going after your sexual lust and leaving your wife and your children. It's no longer shameful. Where's the shame? And this midlife crisis thing, let me give you a biblical view on what a midlife crisis is. Here's what a midlife crisis is. I'm unfulfilled. I'm empty on the inside. My career will fulfill the loneliness and the emptiness on the inside. And usually midlife crises happen when you're in your mid-50s. You want to know why? Because that's usually when you're at the peak, the top of your career. And when you get to the top of your career, when you get to the mountaintop, you realize you've been living a lie, that your career and your job cannot fulfill the emptiness on the inside, and you realize there's nowhere else to go. You've been living a lie, and now there's a crisis. You don't know what's going to fulfill the inside, the emptiness. Here's where Christians should step in. The emptiness that you feel will never be filled unless it's filled by God himself. That's what a midlife crisis is, people. Look at Jeff Bezos. What is he, $130 billion? He has more money than he can spend. What? Why is he having a midlife crisis? This world has given him everything it possibly could give. Success, fame, and more money than he can spend. But he's still not happy. He's still not happy. Because this life cannot fulfill. And quite honestly, I think it's still shameful. It is still absolutely shameful for a man to leave his wife and his children and follow his lust. Where's the shame?